Think about the summer you were 8 years old. It lasted forever, school ended, and what stretched out in front of you felt infinite. 3 months that took up more space in your memory than entire years of your adult life do now. Last year went by in what felt like a few weeks. The year before that, the same. The calendar keeps moving at the same speed. You don't. Most people assume they know why. Life gets busier. That's a comfortable answer. It sounds right because it feels right, but it's not right. The first person to put hard mathematics behind this feeling was a psychologist named Robert Lemlich. When you were 8 years old, 1 year represented 1/8 of your entire existence. By the time you're 40, that same year is 1/40th of your life, 2.5%. By middle age, each passing year feels roughly half as long as it did in childhood. Your brain does not record time like a clock. It records time like a highlight reel. Every time you encounter something genuinely novel, your brain has to work. Novel experiences feel longer because they take more cognitive energy to absorb. When you are 8 years old, almost everything is novel. Every day was new data. Every experience required genuine processing. Now think about your last Tuesday. You followed the same morning routine you followed for years. Your brain registered almost none of it because it already knew how. In 2019, neuroscientist David Eagleman at Stanford published research. The brain does not experience the present in real time. It experiences a version that has already been slightly edited. A 10-minute walk through an unfamiliar neighborhood felt longer than a familiar one. In familiar environments, doing familiar things, the brain runs on autopilot. That autopilot state is where years go to disappear. There is a woman named Barbara who spent 30 years working in the same hospital. She said she felt like she had blinked and her children were grown. The decades between those two moments had somehow failed to register. Her description was almost word for word identical to accounts collected in 4 different countries. This is not fixed. It is what happens to a brain that stops encountering the new. Novel environments, new skills, genuine uncertainty about what comes next. Learning something genuinely difficult forces your brain back into active processing mode. The summers of your childhood felt infinite because your brain was working so hard to absorb all of it. That capacity doesn't disappear. It just goes unused. The years you'll remember most clearly are not the ones that pass the fastest. They're the ones your brain decided were worth keeping. It won't be the last one, but your brain doesn't know that yet.